We're live today. Hello, it's Bill, the Knee Pain Guru. Today is Monday, May 19th, 2021. Today we're going to talk about 65 degrees range of motion. Let's see, we got 65 degrees range of motion and a tight kneecap. We're going to talk about the dynamics of that in just a moment. But let me read to you the comment that inspired this video. It was from GamerBoy13L. Writes, mine will bend 65 degrees, then it gets really tight around the kneecap and tendon in the front. It is swollen, so that may be why, like you said, it is locked up because it doesn't feel comfortable. Even bending back, like pulling it towards me, hurts the same right in the kneecap and tendon. So we have to look at the dynamics of what's going on with the knee when you're having difficulty with range of motion and then when the kneecap is pasted real tight on top of the leg. That is a function of the swelling, like Gamer Boy was talking about, because it swells inside the knee, which makes the knee tighter, but there's also a function of how the lymph moves through the knee, your lymphatic system, which cleans out all of the garbage, the waste products from our cells, needs to move through the leg. And when there is tension in the knee from an injury, an accident, a surgery, a trauma, what happens is that lymph is not able to move through, so the knee joint makes it more difficult for the knee joint to clean itself out. At the same time, we have to so there's a lymphatic function of what's going on. Then there's also how the bones are lining up in the leg. So you have 4 bones that we're looking at. We have the bone in the upper leg, the femur. We have the bones in the lower leg, which are the tibia and the fibula. Tibia is the main bone. Fibula is a springy bone on the outside. And then the kneecap. So your knee joint is actually made up of 4 different bones: the femur, the patella, the tibia, and the fibula. And the intersection of those 4 bones is what creates your joint. In order for your knee to fully bend and fully extend, the relationship of those bones need to be such so your leg can extend and bend. If it's too tight because of the swelling that's going on inside the knee joint, that makes it more difficult of those bones that need to move in relationship to each other. There's also a factor of how the bones line up, meaning and this is an interesting piece that we need to have a deeper understanding of what's going on in the knee, in the leg, in order to get this solid, and why conventional physical therapy may not be working for you. Because the relationship of these bones can look fine on an X-ray, a CT scan, or an MRI. This is what happens. A lot of people go and they get their knee checked out by a doctor. The doctor will say it's fine. The knee is normal, but the knee still hurts. And what happens is we can have an anatomically correct knee joint. Nothing is broken or torn. Everything looks good from the doctor's perspective, the Western medical perspective. But those bones can be off even by a little bit, as like a 0.5 millimeter or a millimeter, which creates a tension pattern within the joint, and the knee doesn't feel right. This is what I'll talk to clients, and they'll say, my knee doesn't feel right. They're saying it just doesn't feel stable. It doesn't feel like it used to. And what ends up happening is you go to the doctor, and the doctors will be like, well, the knee is fine. The knee is normal. However, you're still having this issue. And this is the disconnect between the conventional Western medical model and understanding the neurology on a deeper level. That half a millimeter, 1 millimeter little bit that's off in the knee joint in the relationship of those four bones can cause this pressure and irritation and tension and pain. And this is because it's affecting your neurology, your nervous system, your brain, your spinal column, the nerves that go out to every cell in your body. And when that lining up is not in a way where your knee feels good, what ends up happening is it creates a cascade effect. So your joint gets tighter. You move and it has more pain. You compensate in other parts of your body, your hips, your lower back, your hamstrings, your quads, your shins, your calves, your ankles, your feet. So it has this cascade effect throughout the rest of your body that affects how you move, how you sit, how you stand, how you sleep, like everything. It affects everything. And we're only talking about it being off by 1 millimeter. So when Gamer Boy writes in and says, well, yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. Well, that's absolutely right. That's what most people deal with their knee because of this little bit that's off in the relationship of those four bones. If this is making sense, give this video a thumbs up, like and subscribe to the Knee Pain Guru YouTube channel, turn on notifications for future videos. We are live on YouTube, Facebook, and Periscope. And if you have questions, type those in the comments section. I'm happy to answer those. I had more trolls in the past 24 hours than I've had in a minute because I usually don't deal with them because they don't understand. Like, truth goes through 3 stages. First it's ignored, then it's violently rejected, and then it's accepted as self-evident. And I've been doing this for a couple decades, so I get it. Like, I understand there's not a lot of people that are able to conceptually understand what I'm talking about, and that's where I would encourage questions in the vein of understanding, not criticizing. If you can't criticize the message, if there's nothing about actually what I'm saying that you can be critical about, well, then you're going to attack me personally, and then I'm not going to deal with you. Anyhow, point being is, so we got a few people online here. They seem to be coming from the YouTube sphere. If you have questions, type those in. If you want to know what to do next, you can head on over to my website, thekneepainguru.com. I've got a newsletter. I send out emails on a daily basis that helps you change your mindset. Because what I'm sharing with you today, what I'm talking about today and in these videos, isn't what you're going to find from the docs and the PTs. Not that they're wrong, not that they're bad. They just don't know this. They don't understand this. It's not where their education is, and that's why there's so many people that have pain, continue to suffer in pain, get arthritis, it wears away the joint, eventually gets to bone on bone, and then they're telling you to hang with it until you can't deal with the pain anymore, and you get a knee replacement surgery. That's the Western medical model, business model. That's reality of what you're dealing with. Now, have at it. You like that? You like those options? You like those odds? Go for it. But I'm going to be the person that usually deals with people on the other side of all of that are going, well, I wish I wouldn't have gotten a knee replacement surgery. I wish I would have known about you sooner. I wish I would have started when I had bone on bone. I wish I would have started earlier. And this is the conversation that we can have. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. You start addressing those neurological tension patterns that are going on in your knee, your legs, your hips, your lower back, and your body. You don't have those issues down the road, and you're enjoying your life in the process. If you like to whine, you like to complain, I'm not your guy. And you can do that, have at it. There's plenty of people out there that would enjoy listening to you, I think. Anyhow, Okay, no comments, no questions, no nasty remarks, not a big deal. Okay, you can go down to the kneepainguru.com website and get on the newsletter. I also do consults, and I do group and private coaching. I have the private coaching link down below here. It's for, it's called Knee Club. First rule of Knee Club: don't talk about Knee Club. Okay, what PJB? Arthritis, bone on bone, but pain is not bad. Just slightly painful when extending after sitting. Most pain behind the knee. Okay. You ask better questions, you get better answers. I mean, it's not like I'm everything that you put up there. Dealing with the pain, and this is what happens. People deal with the pain. Oh, it's not so bad. My knee's not so bad, but it's wearing away. That's your reality. Bone on bone. And you're going down a path for knee replacement surgery. So the key is to change the neurological signaling that's going on in the knee so it relaxes the tension in the joint, which creates a little bit of space. Well, why does the knee joint wear? Because there's no space. It's because of tension. It's because of the neurological signaling that's telling the joint to squeeze closer together, because you're telling yourself, it's not so bad. I could push through it. It's been worse. So a big part of me being able to help a client is having the mindset that they don't need to suffer, that they don't need to continue to deal with it, that they don't have to beat themselves up and be like, oh, well, I can handle it. So there you go. Okay. That was the question, PJB. And that's what I see a lot of people. It's almost like they don't deserve not to be in pain. Like, I teach clients in my coaching programs how to get the pressure off of the nerves in the knee that are causing the pain. I have a website that has all the videos, and based on what PJB is saying, I would give him specific videos to do for homework, specific things to follow up with for homework. He works on that. She works on that. And on the other side of that, you're going to have a different experience, whatever that experience might be. The pain gets better, the pain gets worse, the pain moves, the pain changes somehow. Because as you create comfort, you gain more awareness of tension in other areas of your body that at some point in time you push through. You push through so you can deal with the pain. And so the more comfort you create, you change the neurological signaling. Then we need to look at the conditions in your body to support the comfort that we just created. So for instance, someone that is, like, all diagnosis of arthritis and bone on bone is dehydrated joint. Most people are dehydrated. So when you change the neurological signaling, you're changing an electrical system. The nervous system is an electrical system. You change that electrical system. If you don't have enough water conducts electricity, then they get relief for a short period of time, but the pain will come back. Well, the pain comes back because the body isn't able to integrate the change because it's dehydrated. It's like beef jerky. So the more we create comfort, then we make sure your water is dialed in, and then we see what happens on the next call. And we work with that to continue to give your body the experience of comfort. Make sure your body has the resources it needs, resources being water, nutrition, breathing, supplementation, mindset. Those are all crucial to support the positive change that we're creating in your knees. And then the last step is avoiding self-sabotage, which is like the process of the pain is not bad, or I can deal with it, or I can handle it. And you start creating comfort, and then you go out you're heading to the gym, you're going out for a hike that puts your knee back into pain, that's actually working against the progress that you're making. So it's pretty straightforward, and it's based on your feedback. You have to be an active participant in the process, and if you aren't, you're not going to see progress. That's kind of how it works. So those were all the comments that came in today. Thank you, PJB. I'm going to have to scoot. You can go down below the video. You got the kneepainguru.com website. Get on the newsletter list. Schedule a consultation, and you could also join Knee Club. Calls are on Mondays and Thursdays. And you get instant access, begin working with the Quick Start Guide. That'll start getting you relief until the next call. And then we'll jump on that call. We'll customize the program to continue to help you out. Chris? Yeah, Chris, absolutely. Like, I'm really here to help. But this part of these videos is, it's a vetting process because I can't help everybody. Not everybody's in a place of being open to it. And I really need, because if I'm working with someone who's really committed to their position and being right on stuff that doesn't work, like they're suffering with arthritis and bone on bone, or they've had a knee replacement, and they're so committed to their position of them being right, then guess what? That detracts from your experience of getting the information you need to get better. And that's what we're seeing in society in general. We're seeing a transition of the people that are committed to being right. And I'm not so committed to being right. I'm more committed to finding the truth, whatever the truth is. And this is a path of 20 years. You know, this is my own knee injury, four knee dislocations. So I jacked my knee up and had to figure all this stuff out myself. And everything that I share with my clients, it's all, I screwed it up first. So I know what works and what doesn't work. But when I give you something, it's to begin to move you down a path that's going to give you results, that is filled with distinctions and nuances of how your neurology works, how your nervous system works, how your brain operates and functions, how your body operates and functions. And it's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating. So I'd invite anybody that is interested in that level of exploration of getting out of knee pain first, because we create a baseline of comfort for your knee first and foremost. Everything else, that creates the foundation that everything else builds upon. And once we create that solid foundation, anything you do that causes pain gives us an idea of how we need to tweak and adjust to get back to baseline again. So there you go. Okay. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for listening. I appreciate that very much. You want help? I'm here. You know where to find me, the Knee Pain Guru. Just Google it. I am everywhere on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Okay. Bill Paravano, the Knee Pain Guru. Going to sign off for today. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.